let's get started making this incredible cake. We're going to start off with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We're also going to need 1 cup of cocoa powder. Also going to need 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and we also have 2 cups of granulated sugar. We're also going to need 2 large eggs, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 cup of very, very hot water. Now, to make your own buttermilk, all you need is 1 cup of buttermilk, and I like to add 1.5 tablespoons of vinegar to it and let it sit for about 5 minutes, and you've got your own homemade buttermilk. Just going to mix all my dry ingredients together. I'm going to add in my sugar to that as well. So it's going to be sugar, flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt, cocoa powder, all of that. I'm just going to mix all of those things together really well until it's really nice and combined. Now, this is what I'm using for cocoa powder. This is Rondell's Gourmet Baking Cocoa Powder. It is European Dutch process. It is the best cocoa powder I have ever used. So you can find it online if you're looking for a really good, strong cocoa powder that gives you that flavor. I'm going to add my buttermilk, my vegetable oil, and also my eggs to a separate bowl and some vanilla extract. You do need a little bit of vanilla extract for this. Now, to the hot water, you can add 1 teaspoon of instant coffee to your hot water, mix it up so everything gets dissolved, and use that if you're going to, for a much stronger chocolate taste. But because I have a little one, I am leaving out the coffee, but you can definitely add in that. So I'm going to gradually add in my hot water and mix it, because we don't want to cook those eggs. So I started off really slowly, and then just added in the rest, but I'm mixing while I'm going, and I'm just going to combine all of those things together. Now my oven is preheated to 350 degrees, and I've got 2 pans, 2 9-inch pans that I've sprayed with non-stick cooking spray. Just going to make sure everything is really nice and mixed and combined, and I'm going to pour these into 2 separate pans. You can use 1 big pan if you want. I'm just going to do that, pour them evenly into it, and this is going to bake for about 35 to 40 minutes or so. And then we have to let these cool at least 3/4 of the way cooled before we remove them from the pans, because it's a very moist cake. You don't want it to break on you. So just remove it from the pan and then let it cool again before working with it. If you're going to use icing or if you're going to use anything like that, it needs to cool completely. I'm going to be leveling this off with my serrated knife, so I'm just going to flip that around so I level off the top of it. I'm going to start off where the edges are, and I'm going to take my knife and go back and forth and try and just cut off the top of it. Move it around if you need to, and instead of pressing my knife down, I don't want to do that because I don't want to take off any excess. I'm kind of lifting my knife up as I cut so I don't get too much off. And then I'm going to let this cool completely before we're going to ice this. Now I'm using my peanut butter whipped cream frosting and my milk chocolate whipped cream frosting, and also I got some Reese's little bits that are cut up. I placed the Reese's chocolate in the fridge before cutting it up. It makes it really much easier to get it. I'm going to fill a little bit of chocolate and peanut butter in the center just for a little extra filling, and I'm going to place some of those Reese's chocolate bits in the center, so when you cut into it you get a little bit of everything in there. Place my other top on half. Now in my piping bag with my star tip, I have half filled with peanut butter frosting and half filled with milk chocolate. So you'll see a little bit of the brown swirl and the peanut butter colored swirl going throughout. Now you don't have to crumb coat your cake. If you are going to crumb coat it like I did, you want to make sure that it stays in the fridge for at least 30 minutes so it stays nice and cold. And I like to put a little bit of the Reese's bits on the top as well, and that is it. This cake was so delicious. It really, really, really was good. I mean, I had a little bit of the chocolate, a little bit of peanut butter, and you don't have to add the peanut butter if you don't want to. You could see I just did a 1 whole chocolate right here just with the milk chocolate whipped cream and chocolate cake, and that was it. I hope that you guys enjoy this recipe. Thank you guys for watching. All the amounts will be listed below in the description box, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.